In this video, I'm going to look at what it means for a sequence to be periodic. So you can see some examples of a periodic sequence here. So if we have a look at our first one, another word that you could use for periodic is repeating, because you can clearly see it repeats 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, and so on. Okay, so it repeats every 2 terms. Okay, so we got 2 terms here, which are 1 and 3, then another 2 here, 1 and 3, and so on like that. So we would call this sequence periodic, and I would say that the period of the sequence is equal to 2. Okay, since it repeats every 2 terms. Okay, if you take any term, for example, the 1, and skip on 2 terms, okay, you get 1 again, and if you skip on 2 terms again, you get 1 again, like that. How we can write this out in terms of our U notation is I can say that if we take any term in the sequence, which we'll call UN, then this will be equal to the term 2 after that. Okay, so to represent that in terms of my subscript, I would write U, and then I'd take the N, and I'd add 2 to it. So UN is equal to UN plus 2, like that. Now let's have a look at my next sequence. So my next one is pretty straightforward. It's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. It is what we'd call a constant sequence, and it's repeating every single term. So we would say it's periodic, and we would say that the period is equal to 1 in this case. Since every single term, it's just repeating. So in terms of our U notation, if you take any term in the sequence UN, it will be equal to the term immediately after that, so that would be UN plus 1. We would add 1 to our subscript to reflect the term position increasing by 1. Let's have a look at our bottom one. So for this one, we got negative 2, 7, 4, 5, and then it begins repeating. Okay, so every 4 terms, the sequence repeats. So if you take the negative 2 at the start and skip on 4 terms, you get to another negative 2. And that will happen throughout the entire sequence. So it's a periodic sequence, and I would say that the period of the sequence is equal to 4. And in terms of our U notation, if you take any term in the sequence UN, it will be equal to the term 4 after that. Okay, so that would be U and then the N plus 4. Now, of course, not all sequences are periodic. Okay, for it to be periodic, it has to keep repeating in the exact same pattern for as long as the sequence goes on. And a period can be of any finite length, so you could have a sequence that has a period of 100, for example, and of course the lowest period you can have is 1, which is what we saw with our constant sequence.